The world is burning. I lost 4K in the stock market this week alone, and democracy as we know it might not be here next month. But of all the things going on in the world, what I want to talk about is this artist being banned for no reason. Meet pixel artist Pixel Guzzler, aka Guzzy, a talented artist whose works tend to have a specific niche. No beating around the bush on this one, they're a furry pixel artists. And a good one. Great one, even. But the art they make is still primarily pixel art. So imagine their surprise when they posted this image to r/pixelart, a pixel art sub they've been a part of for some time, only to be met with a week-long temporary ban for, get this, sexual vibes. What are the sexual vibes in this image? That is so hilariously vague. Like, oh my god, is that a woman in shorts and a tank top? Won't somebody please think of the children? Now, don't get me wrong, obviously some things have a sexual vibe, right? If I showed you an image of this woman, although there isn't anything inherently sexual going on, knowing the context of that image would certainly qualify for sexual vibes. And I'll get into the merits of the ban in a moment, but the real crux of this story is, when Pixel Guzzler was unjustly banned, they were rightly upset, and took to another subreddit to voice their grievance. But get this, the subreddit they went to was their own subreddit. Then, a mod from r/pixelart tried to report them on their own sub. You just can't make this up. After that, the mods of r/pixelart permanently banned Pixel Guzzler for this. Yes, they were banned for speaking up about their ban. That is just hilarious. Imagine getting falsely banned, essentially telling your friends about it, and then being permanently banned for telling your own friends about your ban. What? Now this story really takes off when it reaches another sub, r/losercity, which, to be honest, I'm still not sure what this sub is, so I'll get back to you on that one. Just know that this is a bigger sub where people were very supportive of Pixel Guzzler. Anyway, what really kills me and what drove me to talk about this is the mod's response to Pixel Guzzler after permabanning them. The mods go on to say, it would have taken a quick message to point out that we actioned the incorrect post/user. An honest mistake. But instead, you chose to take it to the public and they brigaded us. The only reason the community recognized our error was because you went to them instead of speaking to us about it. Thanks. These mods essentially told Guzzy, had they simply spoken to the mods about the ban, they could have fixed an honest mistake. Instead, since they complained about it, again to their own audience, their subreddit was brigaded, and therefore they had to permanently ban Guzzy. My god, the level of ineptitude. Well, I would say it's astounding, but it's par for the course of Reddit moderation, if we're being honest. What I really like is Pixel Guzzler's response to the permaban. They start with an epic, so just to be clear, which, when you say this, you know you're about to cook someone. So just to be clear, you're saying that if I had quietly accepted a false ban, none of this would have happened. That is not how accountability works. The community reacted because they independently saw the mistake and the double standard, not because I brigaded anyone. I didn't tell anyone harass you, I just shared what happened. The backlash wasn't because I spoke up, it was because you refused to acknowledge a clear error and escalated instead of correcting it. If your moderation decisions can't stand up to public scrutiny, that's not my problem. Dude, get cooked. Absolute cooked. This is like, for some reason, I imagine the end of Castlevania when, I forgot the guy's name, but he was just standing there aura farming. Like, this is just pure aura. I love it. I love it so much. And finally, after enough backlash, the mods of r/pixelart backed down and unbanned Pixel Guzzler. But for them, the damage was done. Guzzy goes on to say, I think it's time to wrap this up. After everything, r/pixelart has unbanned me and reinstated my post. They admitted their mistake, and while I don't think it should have taken this much for it to happen, I'm not interested in dragging this out any further. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who spoke up, supported my work, and stood by me through this whole mess. It means a lot seeing the art community rally behind fairness and consistency. That said, I'm moving on. I'll be focusing on making more art, posting where my work is welcome and putting my energy into spaces that actually respect artists. If you found me through all this, welcome aboard. Let's keep making cool shit. Honestly, Guzzy, you kept it classy throughout this whole ordeal. You had far more grace than I would have in this situation, so hats off to you. Keep making some awesome art. So that's it. That was the drama. However, it's time for the switch up. Let's play devil's advocate. I said I would get back to the merits of the ban, right? Well, it's that time. Earlier, I showed you an example of an image that, with context, you would understand the sexual undertones of the image. And that actually does apply here. You see, while you may not recognize the character in this image, I do. This is Luna from Helluva Boss, a YouTube original animated series, and a very successful one at that. Thing is, Luna isn't inherently a sexual character, but the fandom around her is very sexual. I won't subject you to the images, but just know that if you search Luna on a certain website, she has the most results of all the characters in the series. It can be argued that they believe this character has a sexual vibe due to the online fandom. And honestly, if they had come out and said that, I would get where they were coming from. But even then, banning a talented artist for something that could be a simple discussion is so unreasonable. And it really goes to show that mods on Reddit are not professionals. They are just people. Anyway, that's it. Honestly, I've been looking at Guzzy's latest post, and this is how people get converted into furries. My god.